everyone, welcome back. I'm Katie, and today I'm going to be talking about Carmen Schober's new release, which is called Pretty Little Pieces. So I had my bookmark still in here, and this bookmark actually goes really well with this book because it has Jeremiah 29:11 on it, and it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." And honestly, this is like a perfect verse to go along with this new release. So I love this book. I really enjoyed it. So this book had a lot going on. I'm going to save the trigger warnings first for you all. That way we can get that out of the way and I can talk about how much I enjoyed this book. But this book has trigger warnings for a miscarriage, which is talked about in the very beginning of the book. So if you're uncomfortable with that, you can just skip it. It's not talked about too much going in, a little bit later on, but mostly in the beginning. And then there is also substance abuse, a man who is getting over that and is going to his AA meeting. So those two things are mentioned in the book, but overall it was a really great book. I really enjoyed this one. I think my mom would probably enjoy this one because, as I mentioned in one of my reading sprint videos, this book is about a girl and a guy right in the beginning, and they are doing a home renovation show. So it's like a Chip and Joanna Gaines, and they're dating, but then she ends up getting pregnant and miscarrying, and he doesn't know it. But then she tells him that it happened, and he pretty much drops her to the curb and just leaves. So she's pretty much heartbroken. She doesn't know what to do, but then she decides to go off on her own and try to do her own show because he's not answering her calls. He's not doing anything. So she just decides, I'm going to go off on my own and try to create my own show. So she does, and she goes to this little town where she used to go to Sunday school. Well, not Sunday school, Sunday vacation. Yeah, like vacation Bible school. But she goes there, and so she finds this little house where they end up renovating, and she ends up meeting this man, which their meet is so cute. I'm going to just say it because, I mean, it doesn't spoil anything in the book, but their meet cute is he is walking along the road and she almost runs him down. So that's how they meet. I think he was rescuing a deer and she pretty much is not paying attention as she's driving and almost hits him in the middle of the road. And so that's how they meet, and he ends up driving up to the place for some reason, and she's like, "Hey, I know you. You're the guy I almost ran over." So honestly, probably one of my favorite meets of a couple ever. I think it's hilarious. Like, "Hey, I just ran you over." So really enjoyed this book. There is a lot of faith content in this book. I love that it is a redemption story going on. I love that our main character, I love when a main character isn't like a strong Christian, or she doesn't really know a lot about God, but her faith grows as the book goes on. And I just love books like that. I love seeing how, she had a hard struggle with her life, with her family, and then losing her child. So she had a lot of struggles, but going in, she meets this man named Cassidy, and her name is Georgina. And she meets Cassidy, and his faith grew after his wife passed away. And so he gets to witness to her and tell her about God's love. And I just love that aspect of their relationship and how he was trying to show her God's love. And I just loved it. I love the characters. It definitely has romance in it, but it has a strong faith element and a strong family and friend element as well, because we see a lot of her family and her friends, and I just really enjoyed it. I loved it. And I loved that she got to go out on her own and create this own house. I loved seeing the house and stuff. I'm not a huge fan of like renovation shows like my mom is, but I actually probably enjoy it more in book form than I would on TV. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this one. Really good. Definitely pick it up if you like some romance, renovations of houses, beautiful houses, some family and friend. Definitely some family drama going on, but I loved the overall wrap up between her and her sister, and I just loved it. I honestly think this would be really good if it had a sequel as well, to kind of continue the aspect of reuniting the family. I think that'd be a great sequel to this. So think about it, Carmen, if you're thinking about writing a sequel. I think you should. But yeah, so I really enjoyed it. I loved Cassidy as a male interest in this book. I really liked him. I thought he was great. So yes, definitely check this book out. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It was pretty heartbreaking in the beginning because of the reasons that I mentioned, but it definitely had its happier moments going through the book. And yeah, it was a good time, and I really enjoyed it. Loved seeing the faith content in it, and the family and friends. It was great. And I just want to mention that I loved her and her sister Savannah. Savannah has been having problems in the past, but she ends up coming to see her sister Georgina, and I love them together. And I love the like older sister, like she's trying to protect her, but like she also struggles with like, I want you to do the best you can, and Savannah's trying, but Georgina doesn't see it right away. But I love their sisterly bond and how that grows throughout the book as well. So loved it. Definitely want to pick up more by this author. I have not read her other book, but now I need to, so I will definitely be picking it up. So thank you for watching my review, and I will see you all tomorrow for the next video.